Hey guys, this is Stephanie Farron, the Media Coordinator at David W. Butler High School, and this quick video tutorial is how to create a quiz in Canvas. This video is geared towards the Helpdesk students at Butler as they are going to start creating content in Canvas to then use in other classes. So the first thing you may have noticed is you may have noticed a new class be added onto your Canvas dashboard, and that would be called the Helpdesk Student Sandbox Course 2020. Now what you need to know is that all teachers have a sandbox course. I want you to think about it as an actual sandbox in a playground. And what is the purpose of a sandbox is that you get to play in it, you can make mistakes, you can mess up, and no one sees those mistakes. Once you get things the way you want them to be, then I can turn around and put them in my classes. And so no one sees my goofs in my sandbox. This is going to be your sandbox. So for the purposes of your sandbox, I've added all of you. You are all now teachers in addition to me. I have published your sandbox page. Do not worry about it being published or not published because no one will see your work but us. I've made a front page for our sandbox just so it can tell you that this is your sandbox course. And then for the purposes of this first assignment is we are going to make a quiz. So I've got everything set up so you can make that quiz. One other thing to note, you now have access just like a teacher to all the items on the left-hand menu. Under modules, which normally teachers use to arrange the units in their class, I've arranged your modules based on your names, alphabetical by your first name. So Gabe is first, Harmony, Jacqueline, and Toby. You can each add your work into your module as you complete it. That way I know which quiz belongs to Gabe besides him submitting it to me. Just be careful, since you're all teachers, you can all delete each other's work, so make sure you're working on your assignment. For the purpose today, we're going to click quizzes on that left-hand menu. I've already got everything set up. Right now there are no quizzes in the sandbox. Depending on when you get into the sandbox, there may be quizzes as you start working on it. To create a quiz, you're going to go to the top right-hand corner and click the blue plus quiz button. And it's going to set up a quiz. You're going to name your quiz. In this case, we're going to probably call it the copyright quiz. I might put my name with it. It's up to you what you call it. I'm going to leave it out of 100 points. You can change the point value if you like. Since it's only going to be 3 questions, you can make it out of 3, you can make it out of 30, however you want to do it. You don't need to change your assignment groups. You don't need to change points. You do not need to change submission type. It's already set up for you. In fact, the only other thing you may want to add is a due date. Okay, if you simply click the calendar, it will let you pick the date you're on. In this case, this assignment is due on Friday, so I might leave mine for Friday. This is available from and until, just so you know as a teacher. Teachers can lock items so that they will not be visible for students even if they publish them until a date, which would be the from date. And the until date means when it relocks. So if I was a mean teacher, I might lock your assignments that are due Friday. You can leave the from open, you can lock it on Friday, so if the students don't submit the quiz on Friday, then they will no longer have access to it. As a teacher, I choose not to do this, but some teachers do. Now you may know why you don't have access to some things. Finally, in the bottom right-hand corner, you either need to hit save, cancel, or save and publish. If you hit cancel, this disappears. It doesn't matter to me if you hit save or save and publish. Remember, no one's in this course, no one will see it but the 4 of you. If you don't want it to be seen, they're still going to see it because you're all teachers, but in this case, I'm just going to hit save. Once I hit that, it's going to open my quiz page, okay? Here's my title. If I want to change my title, I can use the pencil button in the far right-hand corner to change that title. I have instructions. I can use my pencil. Maybe use the video to answer questions, however you want. This is where you can add in directions. Okay, and hit done. Once you see that, you'll notice there's a plus sign at the bottom of the page, and this will be where you'll add content. Now, the first thing I would suggest you add into your quiz is your YouTube video. And you're going to want to add that as a stimulus. A stimulus question is a question that has no answer choices. However, it will attach to any answer questions or questions, any question type in the future. So we want to put the video first. So we're going to click stimulus. Okay. I'm going to title it, doesn't matter what you do. Optional is instructions, so you can leave that blank. This is where you're going to get your video, and then you're also going to use this URL source. So I'm going to open YouTube. I'm going to search copyright. Remember, the requirements are that it needs to be about 2 minutes long, so I'm going to click this video. Here's the video I like. It's 2 minutes long. I want to watch it, make sure it looks good. If I like this video, I'm going to take the URL or the web address at the top of the page and copy it, Control C, and then I'll come back into my quiz. And then right here in this text box, I'm going to choose the icon that looks like a video. It's about the third one across. It says Insert Edit Media. When I do that, I'm going to paste my video link into Source. It automatically sets my dimensions, and I click OK. Now it's added my video into, and it will be bigger when it's later. If I want to see it bigger, I can make it bigger, okay, into my quiz, okay. I also like to put my video link right here with the source. Why? Well, what if it doesn't load on my student's page when they're taking a quiz? They also have the URL there so that they can go back and click on it, okay. When I'm done, I'm going to click Add Stimulus. There is no save in a quiz except for after the end of each item you add, okay? And I'll explain why later on. So there's my video that we're going to do. Now, if you notice on this right-hand side, I've got the plus sign. I can keep adding questions this way, or I can click Attach Question to link it to my video, okay? I would suggest as a teacher, if I'm doing video questions, that the questions go in order so that as the student is watching the video, they're going to find the questions in the correct order. Okay, so when I click Attach Question, I have some question types. Not stimulus, because we already have a stimulus question in the video. All right, the two question choices that I suggest you might use, but you can feel free to use any of them you like, is multiple choice and true false. So I'm going to show you how to do multiple choice. You also can do matching. Formula is not going to work really well for this because that's normally mathematical. Fill in the blank might work well. Essay I would steer away from just because as a teacher you're going to have to grade that by hand, okay? All right, so for multiple choice, I'm going to click it. So first thing you need to know, it has a question title. I don't care if you put a question title or not. Students do not see the question title. The question itself goes right here where it says Add a Question Stem. So I'm going to click there, and I'm going to put in my question. Notice that for every question, you have the same text box as you had with stimulus. You can add images, you can add links. There's lots of things you can put here. And then below the question are the answer choices. By default, multiple choice has 4, A, B, C, D. They're not labeled that. Do not label them A, B, C, D because they don't stay in that order necessarily. So what you do is you'll click in each one, and then you will add your stimulus or your answer choices. If you don't want 3 or 4 or you want more, you can actually click on the trash can and you can erase them. You can click on the plus sign and add them. Okay? It doesn't matter if the first one is the correct one or not. You may have taken a Canvas quiz before where all the answers are the first one. If you are a savvy teacher, you will come down here and choose Shuffle Answer Choices so that when the students get the question, that it will not always be in the same order. Okay, you can also change wherever the button is where the correct answer is. Okay, all right, when I finish, I can change my point value. I can add comments. This would be what pops up after the student submits their answer, either correct or incorrect. You can also put comments over here and then hit done. Now my question is attached. I can attach another question. Okay, so this time I might do true, false. Again, I don't need a question title. It's the question stem. What is true? And then here are my choices, true or false. I can put it there. I don't have to match them. Either switch it to true is correct or false is correct. And hit done each time. When I'm finished with my quiz, I hit the return button at the top of the page. And here's my quiz. I can click back at it to see it. The cool thing about a quiz is there's a preview button, so now I can hit preview and it will let me be a student to test my quiz to make sure the answers are correct and are scored correctly and that everybody can see what I want them to hit. So I can hit submit and it will show me what a student would see when they hit submit, okay? Whether or not it's auto-graded or not, okay? All right, so then I can exit preview. There are a couple other things on quizzes and I'll show you guys later on. Couple things you need to remember, I'm going to hit return again, is once you have the quiz the way you want it, you're going to need to publish this quiz. So this button right here to the right looks like a do not enter sign. You need to click it so it's published and the check mark is on it so you can add it to your module. Now you'll come over to your module page. When you click modules, You will find your name. So I guess I should add a module. So let me add my module name just so you can find me. Farron, and I'm at the bottom of the page. I'm actually going to pop me way up to the top since alphabetically I'd be first. And then I'm going to click my plus on the right hand side, kind of in the middle. And then it asks me to find my assignment. Here it is. If not, I can select other file types. Here's my quiz. I'm going to click it, click add item. Now it's here. To submit it to class in the old Helpdesk class, I would simply click my quiz again. And then I will copy my URL right here at the top. And then go into my class and paste that into the assignment.